We sail the ocean blue, and our saucy ship's a beauty. We're sober men and true, and attentive to our duty. When the balls whistle free o'er the bright blue sea, we stand to our guns all day. When at anchor we ride on the Portsmouth tide, with plenty of time for play. Ahoy, ahoy, the balls whistle free. Ahoy, ahoy, o'er the bright blue sea, we stand to our guns all day. We sail the ocean blue, and the saucy ship's a beauty. We're sober men and true, and attentive to our duty. Our saucy ship's a beauty. We're attentive to our duty. We're sober men and true. We sail the ocean blue. Our saucy ship's a beauty. We're attentive to our duty. We're sober men and true. We sail the ocean blue.
I'm called Little Buttercup, dear Little Buttercup, though I could never tell why. But still I'm called Buttercup, poor Little Buttercup, sweet Little Buttercup I've snuff and tobacco and excellent Jackie. I've scissors and watches and knives. I've ribbons and laces to set off the faces of pretty young sweethearts and wives. I've treacle and toffee, I've tea and I've coffee, soft Tommy and succulent chops. I've chickens and conies and pretty polonies and excellent peppermint drops. Then buy of your Buttercup, dear Little Buttercup, sailors should never be shy. So buy of your Buttercup, poor Little Buttercup, come of your Buttercup buy.
My gallant crew, good morning.
Sir, good morning.
I hope you're all quite well.
Quite well. And you, sir?
I am in reasonable health and happy to meet you all once more.
You do us proud, sir.
I am the captain of the Pinafore,
and a right good captain, too.
You're very, very good, and be it understood, I command a right good crew.
We're very, very good, and be it understood, he commands our right good crew.
Though related to a peer, I can hand, reef, and steer, or ship a salvagee. I am never known to quail at the fury of a gale, and I'm never, never sick at sea.
What, never?
No, never.
What, never?
Hardly ever.
He's hardly ever sick at sea. Then give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more for the hardy captain of the Pinafore. They give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more for the captain of the Pinafore.
I do my best to satisfy you all,
and with you we're quite content.
You're exceedingly polite, and I think it only right to return the compliment.
We're exceedingly polite, and he thinks it only right to return the compliment.
Bad language or abuse I never, never use, whatever the emergency. Though bother it I may occasionally say, I never use a big, big D.
What, never?
No, never.
What, never?
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever swears a big, big D. Then give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more for the well-bred captain of the Pinafore. They give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more for the captain of the Pinafore. monarch of the sea, the ruler of the Queen's Navy, whose praise Great Britain loudly chants.
And we are his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
And they are his sisters and his cousins and his aunts, his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
When at anchor here I ride, my bosom swells with pride, and I snap my fingers at the foeman's taunts.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts, his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
But when the breezes blow, I generally go below and seek the seclusion that a cabin grants.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. His sisters and his cousins whom he reckons up by dozens and his aunts.
When I was a lad, I served a term as office boy to an attorney's firm. I cleaned the windows and I swept the floor, and I polished up the handle of the big front door.
He polished up the handle of the big front door.
I polished up that handle so carefully that now I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
He polished up the handle so carefully that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
As office boy, I made such a mock that they gave me the post of a junior clerk. I served the writs with a smile so bland, and I copied all the letters in a big round hand.
He copied all the letters in a big round hand.
I copied all the letters in a hand so free, and now I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
He copied all the letters in a hand so free that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
I grew so rich that I was sent by a pocket borough into Parliament. I always voted at my party's call, and I never thought of thinking for myself at all.
He never thought of thinking for himself at all.
I thought so little they rewarded me by making me the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
He thought so little they rewarded me by making him the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
Now, landsmen all, whoever you may be, if you want to rise to the top of the tree, if your soul isn't fettered to an office stool, be careful to be guided by this golden rule.
Be careful to be guided by this golden rule.
Stick close to your desks and never go to sea, and you all may be rulers of the Queen's Navy.
Stick close to your desks and never go to sea, and you all may be rulers of the Queen's Navy.
Things are seldom what they seem. Skim milk masquerades as cream. High-lows pass as patent leathers. Jackdaws strut in peacock's feathers.
Very true, so they do.
Black sheep dwell in every fold. All that glitters is not gold. Storks turn out to be but logs. Bulls are but inflated frogs.
So they be frequently.
Drops the wind and stops the mill. Turbot his ambitious brill. Gild the farthing if you will, yet it is a farthing still.
Yes, I know, that is so. Though to catch your drift I'm striving, it is shady, it is shady. I don't see at what you're driving, mystic lady, mystic lady. Stern convictions o'er me stealing, that the mystic lady's dealing in oracular revealing. Yes, I know,
That is so.
though I'm anything but clever, I could talk like that forever. Once a cat was killed by care, only brave deserve the fair.
Very true, so they do.
Wink is often good as nod, spoils the child who spares the rod. Thirsty lambs run foxy dangers, dogs are found in many mangers.
Frequently, I agree.
Paw of cat the chestnut snatches, worn out garments show new patches. Only count the chick that hatches, men are grown up catchy catches.
Yes, I know, that is so. Though to catch my drift is striving, I'll dissemble, I'll dissemble. when he sees at what I'm driving. Let him tremble, let him tremble.
Though a mystic tone I borrow, I shall learn the truth with sorrow, here today and gone tomorrow. Yes, I know
that is so.
Though a mystic tone you borrow, I shall learn
Let
the
him tremble.
truth with sorrow,
Let him
here
tremble.
today
Let him
and
tremble.
gone tomorrow. Yes, I know that is so. Never mind the why and wherefore, love can level ranks, and therefore, though his lordship's station's mighty, though stupendous be his brain, though her tastes are mean and flighty, and her fortune poor and plain. Ring the merry bells on board ship, rend the air with warbling wild, for the union of my lordship with a humble captain's child, for a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
And a lord who rules the water.
and a tar who plows the water.
Let the air with joy be laden, ring the songs the air above, for the union of a maiden with the man who loves her love. Never mind the why and wherefore, love can level ranks, and therefore, though your nautical relation in my set could scarcely pass, though you occupy a station in the lower middle class. Ring the merry bells on board ship, rend the air with warbling wild, for the union of my lordship with a humble captain's child.
Never mind the why and wherefore, love can level ranks, and therefore I admit the jurisdiction. Ably have you played your part. You have carried firm conviction to my hesitating heart.
Ring the merry bells on board ship, rend the air with warbling wild, for the union of my lordship with a humble captain's child, for a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
and a lord who rules the water.
and a tar who plows the water. Let the air with joy be laden,
Ring the merry bells on board ship,
for the union of a maiden.
for her union with his lordship. Ring the songs the air above, for the man who owns her love. Ring the songs the air above, for the man who owns her love.
Kind captain, I've important information. Sing hey, the kind commander that you are, about a certain intimate relation. Sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar. Good fellow, you have given timely warning. Sing hey, the thoughtful sailor that you are. I'll talk to Master Extra in the morning. Sing hey, the cat o' nine tails and the tar. The merry cat o' nine tails, the merry cat o' nine tails, the merry cat o' nine tails and the tar.
Carefully on tiptoe stealing, breathing gently as we may. Every step with caution feeling, we will softly steal away. Goodness me, why what was that?
Silent bee, it was the cat.
It was the cat.
They're right, it was the cat.
Every step with caution feeling, we will softly steal away.
Every step with caution feeling, we will softly steal away.
Hold, pretty daughter of mine, I insist upon knowing where you may be going with the sons of the brine. For my excellent crew, though foes they could thump any or scarcely fit company, my daughter for you.
But, Father,
He's an Englishman. Behold him.
He is an Englishman.
He
he himself has said it, and it's greatly to his credit that he is an Englishman. That he is an Englishman. Oh, he might have been a Russian, a French or Turk or Prussian, or perhaps Italian. Or perhaps Italian. But in spite of all temptations to belong to other nations, he remains an Englishman. He remains an Englishman.
Here, take her, sir, and mind you, treat her kindly.
Oh, joy! Oh, rapture!
Oh, joy, a rapture unforeseen, the cloud sky is now serene. The God of baby orb of love has hung his ensign high above. The sky is all ablaze with sweet words and loving songs. We chase the lagging arsenal, and if he finds the maiden coin, they'll burn forth the chorus sung in blazing rumblers.
When Frederic was a little lad, he proved so brave and daring. His father thought he'd prentice him to some career seafaring. I was a lass's nursery maid, and so it fell to my lot to take and bind the promising boy apprentice to a pilot. A life not bad for a hardy lad, though surely not a high lot. Though I'm a nurse, you might do worse than make your boy a pilot. I was a stupid nursery maid, on breakers always steering, and I did not catch the word aright through being hard of hearing, mistaking my instructions which within my brain did gyrate. I took and bound this promising boy apprentice to a pirate. A sad mistake it was to make and doom him to a vile lot. I bound him to a pirate, you, instead of to a pilot.
Oh, better far to live and die under the brave black flag I fly than play a sanctimonious part with a pirate head and a pirate heart. Away to the cheating world go you, where pirates all are well-to-do. But I'll be true to the song I sing and live and die a pirate king. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king.
You are a pirate king.
And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king.
It is hurrah for a pirate king.
Hurrah for a pirate king. When I sally forth to seek my prey, I help myself in a royal way. I sink a few more ships, it's true, than a well-bred monarch ought to do. But many a king on a first-class throne, if he wants to call his crown his own, must manage somehow to get through more dirty work than e'er I do. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king.
You are a pirate king.
And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king.
It is hurrah for a pirate king.
Hurrah for a pirate king.
Though thou hast truly stood
I am the very model of a modern major general. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England and I quote the facts historical, from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations, both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I'm teeming with a lot of news. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and animalculous. In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general.
In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell at sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm more wary at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learned what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery, in short, when I've a smattering of elemental strategy. You'll say a better major general has never sat a G.
You'll say a better major general has never sat a G. You'll say a better major general has never sat a G. You'll say a better major general has never sat a G.
For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous, has only been brought down to the beginning of the century. But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general.
But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
When the foeman bears his steel, we in comfortable feel, and we find the wisest thing is to slap our chests and sing ta-ran-ta-ra. Oh, when threatened with the mute,
Ta-ran-ta-ra,
and your heart is in your boot,
ta-ran-ta-ra.
there is nothing brings it round like the trumpet's martial sound, like the trumpet's martial sound.
Ta-ran-ta-ra, 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 when the foeman bears his steel, ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra, we are comfortable feel, ta-ran-ta-ra. And we find the wisest thing, ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra, is to slap our chest and sing, ta-ran-ta-ra. Oh, and threaten with the mute, ta-ran-ta-ra, ta-ran-ta-ra, and your heart is in your boat, ta-ran-ta-ra. There is nothing brings it round like the trumpet's martial sound, like the trumpet's martial sound, ta-ran-ta-ra, 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 ta-ran-ta-ra,
Away, away,
yes, yes, we go.
these pirates slay,
Ta-ran-ta-ra,
then do not stay,
ta-ran-ta-ra.
then why this delay?
All right, we go. Yes, forward on the ball. Yes, forward on the ball.
Yes, but you don't go.
We go, we go. Yes, forward on the ball. Yes, forward on the ball.
Yes, but you don't go.
We go, we go. We go, we go, we go, we go, we go, we go.
Poor Frederic, for some ridiculous reason, having been born in leap year on the 29th of February, though he has lived 21 years, he is only 5 years old.
It is a paradox.
How quaint the ways of paradox, at common sense he gaily mocks, though counting in the usual way is 21 I've been alive, yet reckoning by my natal day, yet reckoning by my natal day. I am a little boy of 5.
He is a little boy of 5. A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. A curious paradox. A most ingenious paradox.
When a felon's not engaged in his employment,
Or
maturing his felonious little plans, his capacity for innocent enjoyment, is just as great as any honest man's. Our feelings we with difficulty smother, when constabulary duties to be done. I'll take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a happy one. When the enterprising burglar's not a burgling, when the cutthroat isn't occupied in crime, he loves to hear the little brook a-gurgling, and listen to the merry village chime. When the coster's finished jumping on his mother, he loves to lie a-basking in the sun. I'll take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a happy one. When constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one.
We yield at once with humbled mien, because with all our faults we love our queen. We are no members of the common throng, we are all noblemen who have gone wrong. I pray you pardon me, ex-pirate king. Peers will be peers, and youth will have its fling. Resume your ranks and legislative duties, and take my daughters, all of whom are beauties.
Poor wandering ones, if such poor love as ours can help you find true peace of mind, why take it, it is yours.
Wandering one, take heart, take heart. Take heart, fair days will shine. Take heart, fair days will shine. Gentlemen of Japan, on many a vase and jar, on many a screen and fan, we've our attitudes queer and quaint. You're wrong if you think it ain't. Oh, by strings, like a Japanese marionette. You don't understand these things. It is simply chord etiquette. This strong, can't keep it up all day long. If that's your idea, you're wrong. If that's your idea, you're wrong. If you want to know who we are, not Japan. On this and God, on screen and on many, 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 many a John.
Gentlemen, I pray you tell me where a gentle maiden dwelleth named Yum Yum, the ward of Coco. In pity speak, oh speak, I pray you.
Why, who are you who ask this question?
Come, gather round me, and I'll tell you. A wandering minstrel I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullaby. My catalogue is long through every passion ranging, and to your humours changing, I tune my supple song, I tune my supple song. Are you in sentimental mood? I'll sigh with you. Oh, sorrow, on a maiden's coldness do you brood? I'll do so too. Oh, sorrow, sorrow, I'll charm your willing ears with songs of lovers' fears, while sympathetic tears my cheeks bedew. Oh, sorrow, sorrow. But if patriotic sentiment is wanted, I've patriotic ballads cut and dried. For where'er a country's banner may be planted, all of the local banners are defied. Our warriors in serried ranks assemble, never quail or they conceal it if they do. And I shouldn't be surprised if nations tremble before the mighty troops, the troops of Tiptoe. A wandering minstrel I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullaby, and dreamy lullaby, lullaby.
From school are we, pert as a schoolgirl well can be, filled to the brim with girlish glee. 3 little maids from school, everything is a source of fun. Nobody's safe for we care for none. Life is a joke that's just begun. 3 little maids from school. 3 little maids who all unwary come from a ladies' seminary, free from its genius tutelary. 3 little maids is the total sum. 3 little maids from school. From 3 little maids take 1 away. 2 little maids remain and they won't have to wait very long, they say. 3 little maids from school. 3 little maids from school. 3 little maids who all unwary come from a ladies' seminary. Free for the senior student Larry. 3 little maids from school. 3 little maids from school. Here's a howdy-do, if I marry you. When your time has come to perish, then the maiden whom you cherish must be slaughtered too. Here's a howdy-do, here's a howdy-do.
Here's a pretty mess, in a month or less. I must die without a wedding. Let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Here's a pretty mess, here's a pretty mess.
Here's a state of things, to her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion. Burial it brings. Here's a state of things, here's a state of things.
With a passion that's intense I worship and adore, but the laws of common sense we oughtn't to ignore. If what I say is true, 'tis death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty howdy-do. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty state of things.
Here's a howdy-do,
Here's a howdy-do,
Here's a howdy-do.
For if what he says is true, I cannot marry you. Here's a pretty, pretty state of things.
Here's a pretty howdy-do.
A more humane Mikado never did in Japan exist. To nobody's second, I'm certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my very humane endeavor to make to some extent each evil liver a running river of harmless merriment. My object all sublime I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. The advertising quack who wearies with tales of countless cures, his teeth have enacted shall all be extracted by terrified amateurs. The music hall singer attends a series of masses and fugues and ops, by Bach interwoven with Spohr and Beethoven at classical Monday pops. The billiard sharp whom anyone catches, his doom's extremely hard. He's made to dwell in a dungeon cell on a spot that's always barred, and there he plays extravagant matches in fitless finger stalls, on a cloth untrue with a twisted cue and elliptical billiard balls. My object all sublime I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime he will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. With a frightful, frantic, fearful frown, I bared my great right arm. I seized him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and guggled, I drew my snake a snake, my snake a snake. Now though you'd have said that head was dead, for its owner dead was he, it stood on its neck with a smile well bred, and bowed 3 times to me. It was none of your impudent off and nods, but as humble as could be, for it clearly knew the deference due to a man of pedigree, of pedigree. And it's oh, I vow, this deathly bow was a charging sight to see, though trunkless yet it couldn't forget the deference due to me.
that bloom in the spring, tra-la, breathe promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the hope that they bring, tra-la, of a summer of roses and wine, of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, the flowers that bloom in the spring.
Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the case. I've got to take under my wing, tra-la, a most unattractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing, oh, bother the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, bother the flowers of spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
On a tree by a river, a little tomtit sang willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And I said to him, Dicky bird, why do you sit singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cried, or a rather tough worm in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. He slapped at his chest as he sat on the bough, singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. A cold perspiration bespangled his brow, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. He sobbed and he sighed, and a gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself into the billowy wave, and an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't Willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. That 'twas blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as heated, and you will know why, though I probably shall not exclaim as I die. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow.
Oh, we will marry,
Sing derry down, derry, it's evident, very our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily marry, nor tardily tarry till day is done.
There is beauty in extreme old age. Do you fancy you are elderly enough? Information I'm requesting on a subject interesting. Is a maiden all the better when she's tough?
To the matter that you mention, I have given some attention, and she'll last a good deal longer when she's tough.
If that is so, sing derry down, derry, it's evident, very our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily marry, nor tardily tarry till day is done. If that is so, sing derry down, derry, it's evident, very our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily marry, nor tardily tarry till day is done. Sing derry down, derry, we'll merrily marry, nor tardily tarry till day is done.
For he's gone and married Yum Yum.
Yum Yum.
Your anger may vary, for all will be merry. I think you had better succumb.
Come, come.
And join our expression of glee.
On this subject I pray you be dumb.
Dum, dum.
Your notions, though many, are not worth a penny. The word for your guidance is mum.
Mum, mum.
You've a very good bargain in me.
On this subject we pray you be dumb, dumb, dumb. We think you had better succumb, come, come. You'll find there are many who went for a penny, who went for a penny. There are lots of good fish in the sea, there are lots of good fish in the sea. There's lots of good fish in the sea. There's lots of good fish in the sea, in the sea, in the sea, in the sea, in the sea.
The threatened cloud has passed away,
And early shines the dawning day.
But though the night may come too soon,
there's yet a month of afternoon.
And let the throng join us with laughing song. And let the throng join us.